again with my neutral pendulum, and I'll be using a photograph of myself. And this time, I want to show you or give you a little story about how I do some shopping when I'm not sure if I want to spend the money. You know, a lot of the times buying natural, healthy products, they're not cheap and they all make great claims, but we don't know if they're really going to be beneficial or not. So what I do is I will actually I'll go on the website and I will print pictures of the products. So here's the thing. This will only work if this photograph actually has the product in the photograph. In other words, if the company took a photo of an empty bottle and they put the photo of the empty bottle on their website and that's what I was to print out, wouldn't work at all. I would get no reading off of it. And there's no way for me to know if these bottles were full or not when they were photographed. But I took a chance and I copied there was like 30 different of these products on the website, and I printed them all, and I even took the time to laminate them. So I knew that they were filled bottles and the testing was going to work, because when I did my personal wavelength testing, I got varying results on all of these photographs. In other words, some of the products had no effect on me, some of them had almost a weakening effect on me, and many of them had very strong effects. So I was pretty darn confident that what I was going to buy was going to actually be beneficial for me. So let me show you how I started this to begin with. Whether I used my hand or the photograph, I don't know, but I think I have already explained to you how they're equally exactly the same. So I'm going to get my string length proper so that I can get my wavelength going. And here's my baseline wavelength. So I took a photograph of a product, and I can't really explain what this product is. Maybe that's a title for a topic for another video. But these are very special products recommended by Quantum University, where I am now studying. They're called Vital Force, and it's homeopathic remedies with special Tychonic energy. But anyway, let's not get into that now. I'm just going to take the photograph of this, and I'm going to place it right on the corner of my photo, and let's see what happens. I hope you can tell just how strong that photograph is making my picture. Now that particular one is called CNS, and it stands for Central Nervous System. So this is really for the nerves and for the brain, in which my body apparently is loving. So let me just pull it away and watch how this thing goes right back to the baseline. So I was pretty confident to say, you know what, I'm willing to spend the $25 or $30 or whatever it costs for the bottle. So I went ahead and I bought it. And here it is, live. Whoops. This is exactly what was shown in this picture. Okay, so now let's just see if we get the same result with the actual bottle. So here I am, my baseline. I'm going to take the bottle, I'm going to put it on the corner. And we're going to see that the bottle is making me just as strong as that piece of paper. So this is a perfect test for me to know that my paper witness is actually just as valid as the actual bottle itself. Let me just pull it away. And I go right back down to normal. So before I spend any money on products that I didn't have the opportunity to try it first, I will always take a photograph off of the internet and hope, if I'm not getting any change, if I have 3 or 4 products and there's no change when I put them onto my witness, then I would be willing to bet these are empty bottles and the photographs are empty. So it's not going to work. But that's how I make my decisions on which supplements to buy, which alternative medicines to buy, which essential oils to buy, and just hoping that the photographs, like I said, were full. But then I thought, why stop there? Let's see what else we can do. If we can figure out what would be beneficial, maybe we can figure out what would be detrimental. So again, I'm going to get my baseline. And now in my last video, I used the actual product of this horrific coffee, and I put it here to see that we got a backward spin. This time, I'm going to use a photograph of something. I'm going to use a photograph that we all know and love or hate. So here's my baseline, and here's the coronavirus. It's just a simple photograph of the virus. And I'm just going to put that virus, well, let me get my baseline again. I'm just going to put that virus covering up a little piece of my picture. And do we see what happened? Immediate reversal. Immediate weakening of my body. So I don't want to keep that on my body very long. And now it's neutralized. And now it goes back to being strong. So I've been playing with this for well over a year, paper witnesses and all kinds of testing. But just a couple days ago, I got the idea of, I'm just very curious. Now that I know I can take a photograph of a bottle that actually has the solution in it, I thought, well, maybe, and I'm not even going to say what this is because I don't want to get thrown off of YouTube only 2 weeks after starting YouTube, but I think we can pretty much guess what this is. So I have not taken any of this into my system, nor do I plan to. But I just wanted to see, just for shits and giggles, what would it do to me? So I took a picture of it, and I can tell that it's full because I can see the solution in this bottle. And I put it on me. You can see that I'm not moving my hand. Let's just watch and see how detrimental this is to my body. There's no question how detrimental it is. Let me pull it off. Now, it's taking, just having that on my body, it takes a longer time for the pendulum to neutralize. You saw what happened when I pulled the coffee packet off in the last video. It neutralized very quickly. But having that solution on my body, I had to recover for a few seconds before I could get back to my baseline. And then it was just yesterday that I got so curious that I thought, wouldn't it be interesting? Now, this is going to be negative right off the bat because this is absolutely toxic. My photograph, most people, now I don't know, maybe not everybody, but most people, when you get your baseline, it's always positive. Unless, I don't know, I've never done this to somebody who's very ill, very sick. Luckily, fortunately, I've never had to work on anybody very sick. So I've never seen a wavelength go backwards, but by putting it over the virus, going into just the normal personal wavelength, it immediately goes backwards because we know that this thing is toxic. So now I thought, let's take the medicine for said virus and let's put it on there and see what happens. It's literally making it worse. Take it off. It goes back to just mostly evil, not evil on steroids. Okay, I don't want to put my pendulum over that anymore because honestly, I am picking up some of the toxicity. When I test negative things, I'm supposed to be wearing jewelry like this to help protect me, and I also wear protective jewelry around my neck. But for me, just putting a pendulum over the clearing plate and allowing my energy field to pick up the positive energy is pretty much clearing my system, which is very, very important for me. So I hope you enjoyed that little demonstration of how important it is to make sure that your crystal jewelry, or crystal stones and jewelry are cleared often, because everything in our environment is absorbing and interacting with us. It's absorbing energy and interacting with our energy fields. So just keep that in mind. And you can look back and on my website, I have done at least one, if not two, articles to talk about how important it is to clean your jewelry and to give you some tips on how to do that. So stay tuned for the next demo. I'm not sure yet what we're going to show. I have so many things to show you, and I can't wait to do just that. So please stay tuned.